Freedom's Progress colony was once known as the Starcraft Cemetery. Corliss was the regional toxic junkyard for centuries. Ships reaching astronautical near-death at connecting mass relays were sent to Corliss, stripped of every useful component, then dumped planetward to clear shipping lanes. Currently, Corliss hosts numerous merc factions, such as the Blue Suns, rumored to be using downed ship fossils to test advanced munitions. Massive gun batteries threaten anyone attempting planetfall, with minimal defenses against ground attack. Because ancient volcanism greenhoused the planet, Corliss was too hot and CO2 rich to develop a biosphere, despite the abundant lakes that could have sponsored the development of life. Now cool enough for protected habitation, but too scorching for anyone but extremophiles and mercenaries seeking secrecy, Corliss supports numerous Krogan outposts. The Krogan have therefore seeded Corliss with hardy Varen, often kept as warhounds. Varen live primarily on a diet of geophagous vermin and each other.
Krogan, blood rage. Feared throughout the galaxy as nightmarishly violent warriors, the Krogan are both aided and hobbled by their legendary blood rage. In the grip of that madness, Krogan become serious, seemingly invincible, but are merely totally unresponsive to pain. Blood-enraged Krogan fight regardless of injury level, to the extent that Krogan shorn of all four limbs continue gnashing past brain death until total somatic death. The supremely resilient, hyper-violent blood rage is the synergy of two aspects of Krogan neurology. The first aspect is a positive feedback loop in which adrenaline, also activated by fear or rage, suppresses serotonin, the brain chemical that induces serenity. The second is the overdeveloped Krogan limbic system. In Krogan, as in humans, fear or rage shifts mental control from the frontal lobes, responsible for reasoning, to the limbic system, responsible for aggression and survival. During that shift, Krogan and humans exhibit diminished capacity for logic and self-control. Prior to the ecological devastation of Tuchanka, blood rage was extremely rare among the Krogan. Back then, while all Krogan were capable of heightened anger and violence in fight-or-flight scenarios, almost none experienced insensitivity to pain. The 1% who did were those suffering serotonin suppression. At that time, Krogan society regarded the condition as pathological and medicated or imprisoned sufferers to protect them and society. Following nuclear ecocide 4 millennia ago, evolution selected only those Krogan afflicted with blood rage for survival. Today, there is no living memory among the Krogan of a life without mindless, murderous fury. Thresher maws are subterranean carnivores that spend their entire lives eating or searching for something to eat. Threshers reproduce via spores that can lie dormant for millennia, yet are robust enough to survive prolonged periods in deep space and atmospheric re-entry. As a result, thresher spores appear on many worlds, spread by previous generations of space travelers. The body of a thresher never entirely leaves the ground. Only the head and tentacles erupt from the earth to attack. In addition to physical attack, threshers have the ability to project toxic chemicals and emit bursts of infrasound as a shockwave weapon. The Alliance first encountered threshers in the colony of Akuz in 2177. After contact was lost with the Pioneer team, Marine units were deployed to investigate. The shore parties were set upon by hungry threshers, and nearly the entire assault force was killed. Alliance forces recommend engaging threshers with vehicle-mounted heavy weapons. Varen are omnivores with preference for living prey. Originally native to the Krogan homeworld of Tuchanka, they are, like most life from Tuchanka, savage, clannish, and consummate survivors. They are pack hunters when vulnerable prey is readily available and become scavengers when outnumbered or outclassed. Their supreme adaptability, vicious demeanor, and rapid breeding cycle have made them ubiquitous and dangerous pests on many worlds. Virtually everywhere the Krogan have been, Varen infestations have followed, wreaking havoc with the native ecology. The Krogan have had a love-hate relationship with Varen for millennia, alternately fighting them for territory and embracing them as treasured companions. To this day, Krogan raise them as beasts of war. A common subgenus of Varen has metallic silver scales, leading to the rather unusual nickname fish dogs. Headshot damage! Yay! Yay! This interface is so obnoxious. It boots you straight all the way back out, so you have to rediscover. I don't know why it does that. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is here, but, okay.
Shepard, how can I help?
Any ideas on other ways to prepare for the collectors?
Ideas, yes. Expensive, but possibly valuable. Can show you.
Morden Omnitool. Morden gets 20% tech power damage. Morden built his own Omnitool and can make significant upgrades given the proper materials.
Shepard, how can I help?
Are there any medical concerns I should be aware of on the team?
Cerberus personnel in excellent condition. No squad concerns to report. Always some matters, but nothing affecting immediate mission.
Have you got a minute to talk?
Yes, would like that, actually. Talked about work earlier. Time with Special Tasks Group studying genophage. Wasn't entirely honest. Lie of omission. Also, other kinds. Need to clear the air. Mission too important to keep secrets. Work on genophage was more than just study.
What was the Special Tasks Group doing with the Krogan genophage?
Study at first, as I said, but uncovered surprising data. Krogan population was increasing at faster rate than expected. Krogan were adapting to genophage, overcoming disease.
Did the Krogan evolve, or did some of their scientists develop a treatment?
Krogan scientists? Never met Krogan scientist worthy of term. No. Natural evolution. Krogan physiology incredibly durable. Organ redundancy, backup systems, cellular regeneration. Genophage like any other natural hazard. Krogan evolved past it.
Maybe they were just having a lucky year. Or fewer mercs left, meaning more Krogan were left to repopulate.
Please, Shepard. Social environmental concerns accounted for. Not an undergraduate. Population spike caused by adaptation to genophage. No other possibility.
What did your team do when it learned that the Krogan were overcoming the genophage?
Personally led a science team. Geneticists, chemists, sociologists, mathematicians. Created new version of genophage. Released it on Tuchanka, other Krogan-centric areas. Restabilized Krogan population.
How did you distribute the modified genophage?
Covert drops, hospitals, clan centers, water supplies. Very difficult. Few Solarians on Tuchanka. Team got caught a few times. Had to fight free. Messy. Better when things went as planned.
How did your genophage modification work?
Krogan evolution attached garbage genetic code to genophage attack sites. Modification created other areas for garbage code to connect. Left sites clean, capable, running smoothly.
You never considered other options?
Hundreds. Thousands. Modified genophage offered best outcome. Stabilized population, avoided publicity that could incite Krogan anger, averted potential genocide or devastating war. Best solution for whole galaxy, Krogan included.
I doubt you told many people about this, Morden. I appreciate you letting me know.
Wanted you to know I'm willing to do what's necessary. Should get back to work. Talk more later. Next time tissue synthesis has to compile. Good for free time.
Commander, can I help you with something?
Any thoughts on how to prepare against the Collectors?
They spec'd this ship to the original Normandy, but you were there. The Collectors cut her like butter. This armor just isn't top of the line anymore. People will die if we don't upgrade. Alliance had some new toys in secret dev before I left. I could try and pull a few favors.
Heavy ship armor. The Asari-made Solaris armor upgrade is attached to the ship's superstructure. This will help the ship hold together if hit by a blast powerful enough to penetrate its shields. Which, spoiler alert, might just happen. I know, it seems crazy.
So, Hadley, how you gonna spend your next furlough?
You really think we'll have another shore leave?
Of course. Shepard's forming the best team this galaxy has ever seen. We're gonna kick some ass.
Sure you're right, Matthews.
Commander.
I assume everything's going well up here?
Shh.
Joker?
I can tell when it's listening.
I am always listening, Mr. Moreau.
I know.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Why is your head stuck to the side, sweetheart? Alright. Let's go visit Boo. I got fish and I got Boo. Hello, babies. I love you guys. Boo, 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 boo. Hello, love. He's so cute. Okay, getting more ships. Gotten more fish. Hello, sweethearts. You're gonna be safe. I promise. Alright, locker. See, this is... I'm not sure how in-game to adjust, my followers. It seems to have set at the beginning of the last game and didn't ask me if I wanted to change anything.
People are talking out there, and I hear it all. I usually travel hidden away in cargo bays. It's nice to be able to look out a window for a change. Mess Sergeant Gardner might just be an evil genius. Emphasis on the evil. People think he's a bad cook on purpose, like he's trying to teach them a lesson. I think his ramen is okay, but it's really hard to ruin ramen.
It can be done, though.
The Red Rose. That used to be my calling card when I first started out. In place of whatever I took, I left a single red rose. It wasn't until I met Keiji that I realized how silly it was. He had a way of making you realize when you were just being sentimental.
That isn't sentimental, that's egotistical.
I stole that on a dare, believe it or not. There was a big museum show coming to Ilium. Artifacts from Earth going on tour. Very high security. Keiji dared me to steal this. So I broke in, hacked the security, put a few guards to sleep, and replaced the piece with a worthless duplicate. They never knew the difference. My first museum job. Nowhere near the last.
I don't know who that is.
That's my favorite piece, painted for me by a child prodigy from Elysium. She was the cutest thing. She was kidnapped by slavers who hoped to sell her on Omega. I wasn't about to let that happen. I set up an idea as a buyer's rep to get a special tour of the slaver's vessel. Once aboard, I freed the girl and smuggled her off the ship. She painted that for me on the way home. I'll never forget how it felt to watch her work. Don't laugh, I like those books. Romance novels, crime novels, the classics. There's something about the feel of actual paper in your hands, their musty smell. It's relaxing. Keiji used to find books for me while on the job. Some of these are more valuable than the objects he was hired to steal.
last episode, I did look something up. So, let me see. I said that there was a voice actor that sounded exactly like he was from Skyrim. He's not listed correctly in IMDb, but the actor's name is John Curry. So he does a bunch of miscellaneous voices in this game. And if you play Skyrim, he's like everywhere. He's one of the main voices. So like the actor who does Faendal or Ebony Warrior or Eric the Slayer is John Curry. I'm so used to people being able to do voice emulation now that I'm like, is this voice emulation? No, it was 10 years ago. All right.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Anything I should know regarding the Normandy?
The crew's working well, and the ship appears to be performing to specifications.
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
Okay. I'm going to do a full round and talk to everybody about everything after the first forced quest.
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got any upgrade ideas for the Normandy's weapon systems?
My current upgrades are working pretty well. That's about the best I can do.
Yeah, I don't know why they have you go through...
Talk to you later, Garrus.
I'll be here if you need me.
Ask twice about upgrades, but that's what they do.
Commander, those provisions you provided were perfect. I owe you. I've already thrown together some of my calamari gumbo. Here, try a bite. Truth told, it's based on an Asari recipe. Seems a little cannibalistic to me with their tentacle heads and all, but they ain't no good grub. Anyway, thanks again. You really came through.
I don't know if Zaid updates after every mission. He did have some commentary after Garrus's mission. Honestly, I usually ignore him. It makes me sad.
This mission takes me back. I was trying to remember how many Cerberus operatives I've killed. Lost track around 50. Guess your elusive man's big on forgiveness.
Oh, he'd have to have empathy to care that you killed his operatives. He kills more. Yeah, I'm sure he's killed more than 50.
Garrus put some crazy tech into the main guns. It's almost doubled their power draw.
But they seem pretty wicked.
Indeed. Don't worry. A few tweaks to the forward capacitors, and the balance is back in line. You're the best, Commander. We just got those FBA couplings installed. Now we only have to calibrate every week instead of every day. We're thinking about celebrating our newfound free time with some Skillian 5 poker. Want to join us?
Come on, Kenneth. The commander doesn't want to play cards with grease monkeys like us.
Actually, that sounds interesting.
Fantastic. I'll get the cards.
My Skillian 5's a bit rusty. You'll be easy on the rookie, right?
Of course, Commander. It's all friendly.
Yeah, right.
You won 500 credits playing Skillian 5.
Be gentle on the rookie. I can't believe we fell for that.
It's so worth losing to see you taken down a notch.
Beat me at my own game. You're all right, Shepard.
I think this voice actor who does Donnelly also does Donovan Hawk, which I believe is a South African accent, which always sounds strange to me. It's very hard for me to get a hold on what South African accents are doing. But I think he's a talented voice actor. I just kind of hate the content he's given. Okay.
Is it true we have a pod containing a baby Krogan down in the cargo hold?
Not a baby. He's a full-grown super soldier ready for combat.
Please be careful if you decide to birth him. His personality is completely unknown. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything.
The subject is stable, Shepard. Integration with onboard systems was seamless.
Can he see anything in there? Does he know where he is?
Unlikely. Current neural patterns indicate minimal cognition. Barring ship-wide power loss, the nutrients in the tank could sustain him for over a year.
Any idea how dangerous this guy is?
He is a Krogan, Shepard. If you were asking whether he is actively hostile, I don't have the necessary data to answer. Okir's technology could impart data, not methods of thinking. The subject may know of his views, but would not necessarily share them.
What can you tell me about this guy? Anything unusual?
The subject is an exceptional example of the Krogan species, with fully formed primary, secondary, and tertiary organs where applicable. No defects of any kind, aside from the genetic markers of the genophage present in all Krogan. I cannot judge mental functioning.
Stand by. I'm gonna open the tank and let him out.
Cerberus protocol is very clear regarding untested alien technology.
I won't be second-guessed on my own ship by my own ship. Do it.
Very well, Shepard. The controls are online. The switch and consequences are yours.
Human, female. Before you die, I need a name.
I'm Commander Shepard, and I don't take threats lightly. I suggest you relax.
Not your name. Mine. I'm trained. I know things. But the tank, Okir couldn't implant connection. His words are hollow. Warlord, Legacy, Grunt. Grunt was among the last. It has no meaning. It'll do. I am Grunt. If you are worthy of your command, prove your strength and try to destroy me.
You wouldn't prefer Okir or Legacy?
It's short. Matches the training in my blood. The other words are big things I don't feel. Maybe they fit your mouth better. I feel nothing for Okir's clan or his enemies. I'll do what I'm bred to do. Fight and determine the strongest. But his imprint has failed. Without a reason that's mine, one fight is as good as any other. Might as well start with you.
Is it that easy for Okir's perfect Krogan to abandon his mission?
Okir is just a voice in the tank. If his imprints are true, then he created something stronger than him. So he's not worthy of me. And if his hatreds aren't strong enough to compel me, they've failed too. I feel nothing. I have no connection.
I have a good ship and a strong crew, a strong clan. You'd make it stronger.
If you're weak and choose weak enemies, I'll have to kill you.
Our enemies are worthy, no doubt about that.
That's acceptable. I'll fight for you.
I'm glad you saw reason.
Huh? Offer one hand, but arm the other. Wise Shepard. If I find a clan, if I find what I want, I will be honored to eventually pit them against you. Shepard.
Just checking in, making sure you're acclimatizing.
Humans talk too much. Like the tank. Come back later.
What are your thoughts about our mission?
I fight. Doesn't matter who for.
Did Okeer give you any imprints about the Collectors?
I see blurry ships, guesswork about strength. Nothing to help pick a weak spot and tear. Okeer spent all his time on old hatreds. Whatever he had, it was used up when he made me.
What do you think about the crew?
Good bunch if they stay out of my way. Dead bunch if they don't. Train them good if you want to take on Collectors. Some of these aliens are too smooth.
Anything in your tank imprints that can make use of the resources we found?
Might have something I could put together. Don't know how useful it will be.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Encrypted transmission from Elusive Man. Shepard, I see you awakened Okeer's Krogan. Dangerous decision, but you've got free reign on this operation. If you're certain he'll be a useful member of the team, you've got my support. We need every weapon we can get in this battle. If this grunt proves unreliable and has to be put down, don't lose the body. He's based at least partially on Collector technology and could offer useful genetic data. But again, you are in charge. Okay. Codex, a hydrogen-helium gas giant. Codex is used by countless spaceships to discharge their drive cores after coming into the system. Commercial vessels restock on their supplies of helium-3 from one of its many orbital platforms. Travel advisory. Piracy at helium-3 refueling stations is common in the Ymir system. Visitors are encouraged to use the escorts provided by the Corliss security fleet to and from the system's mass relay. To prevent escort fraud, always ask for identification from the escort ships and compare them to those found on the Corliss security fleet's extranet sites.
Launching probe.
Salary, Covus Salarian, Fire Maiden, is a boiling hot dwarf planet close to the G-class star Ymir. Too hot for lucrative exploitation, its only satellites are defunct solar arrays destroyed by pirates long ago.
Probe away.
Antigar, charted by a Solarian mining expedition that went off course due to computer error. Antigar is a hydrogen and helium gas giant with 11 known moons and dusty rings.
Launching probe.
Let. Uninhabitable by most species, Flet is home to the Bloodpack's Vorcha training and breeding grounds. The thick atmosphere is nearly all nitrogen and lacks oxygen, which poses no hazard to the Vorcha. Needing little but imports of food and water, Vorcha mercenaries and mercenaries to be train religiously to overpower and kill whoever the company is at war with this time. Travel advisory. Flet's spaceports are wholly owned subsidiaries of the Bloodpack Mercenary Company, a corporation undergoing numerous criminal investigations for capital crimes. Civilian traffic to Flet is strongly discouraged.
Probe away.
Uzin. Named for one of the many Krogan gods of vengeance, Uzin is a gas giant close enough to its orange sun that none of its moons are considered habitable. Its composition is largely hydrogen and methane, with traces of xenon that the Krogan collect for use in ion drives. Uzin is well within the frost line, where gas giants usually do not form, leading astronomers to believe that its orbit used to be further from the star. If so, this would indicate a seriously unstable orbit, and the planet may plunge into its star within a few million years.
Probe away.
Rill, a planet only a Vorcha could love. Rill is notable for its near-miss climate, punishing heat, and a thin, toxic methane-ethane atmosphere. Its surface is dotted with Krogan and Vorcha habitats, eking out a meager living off the planet's tin and copper deposits, and killing anyone who cuts into their profits. Travel advisory. Krogan can survive in the heat with the use of a breath mask. All other species require environmental suits to avoid heat exhaustion and burns. Liquid water can be found in large lakes on the surface. This can be used for thermoregulation, but it is not potable without processing. Alliance Bulletin. Large-scale gang warfare is a regular occurrence on Rill. Civilian travel is not advised.
Probe launched.
Bast, a small hydrogen-nitrogen gas giant. Bast and its moons served as the Eclipse Mercenary Company's fallback position after their defeat on Neath. Once they had gathered their strength, they leaked a false position to the Nahassit Consortium to lure them into a trap, which devolved into a pitched battle. Both sides claimed victory. Nahassit lost more ships, but could afford the setback in a way Eclipse could not.
Probe away. Anomaly detected.
Neath. Cold and dry, Neath has a thin nitrogen atmosphere and vast salt flats at its equator, which is warm enough for liquid water to pool during the summer period. The revealed salt is collected and sold to sodium-poor planets for agricultural purposes. During the Anhur rebellions, Neath was a staging ground for Eclipse ships, and was the site of their first defeat, when enemy Nahassit surprised and routed them with a superior force. Some wreckage from the battle can still be found on the planet today.
General distress. Beacon process interrupted. Translation error. Status of system operator is not known. General distress. Beacon process
Probe away. Scans have found something.
Surface scans indicate wreckage of a merchant freighter. Configuration unknown. Damage to ship catastrophic. Detecting movement, but no sign of organic life. This is a really weird mission, and I'd never done it before my last playthrough. Okay. Yeah, I'm changing Kasumi's outfit. You know, I don't bring Grunt often to things, so I'm gonna. Why not? As much as I love Grunt as a character. Well, let's just do a Krogan-themed run-through, shall we? Okay. Alright. Okay, 379, 301, 337. Okay, Matic. Okay, and his specific weapon is the Claymore, so I'm going to give him that. Oh, this isn't the one I was thinking of. This is the one with the beacons. Alright.
A sandstorm is approaching from the northwest. Proceed with caution.
Oh wow, I'm just noticing. I just had a power outage. Well then. Okay. We're lucky we have solar panels and a battery array, so power doesn't go out here. I just got a notification that power had resumed. I'm like, what? As long as we're running on batteries, I'm not even gonna notice. That's very cool. Oh, these. Okay, where are mouse over stuff and I can't find it. Okay, there. Engineering status compromised. Catastrophic damage to primary and secondary cores. Element 0 exposure levels critical. Fuel leaks throughout the engineering deck. Navigational status critical. Manual control of navigation impossible. VI control locked out by executive command. Authorization CRAT 43279. Sensor status compromised. Short-range sensors offline. Unsafe planetary proximity detected at 0700 hours. Life support compromised. Life support returning to safe levels. VI controls locked out by executive command. Authorization CRAT 43279. Shield status normal. Shields holding at 100% integrity. No shield breaches detected. VI network compromised. Combating potential contagion. VI control of critical systems locked out by executive command. Authorization CRAT 43279. Communications. Damage to communications array critical. Activating distress beacon. Okay. Yeah. I'm ambivalent about this mission. I now remember which one it is, but you just... I think it's another fight your way through a VI kind of thing. Who has inexplicably gone crazy and killed everybody, because that's all that VIs ever do. It's not like VIs ever get obsessed with, like, planting things or making people breakfast or anything. No, they only get obsessed with killing people.
Attention all hands. We are on a collision course and losing systems fast. Report to the escape pods immediately. This is not a drill.
Reflective mech armor X6378. 14 crates of reflective mech armor X6378. Source Jari Station ERCS facility. Loki mechs. Source Hanikadar Experimental Mechanics Division. Destination ERCS facility. Emir Mech. Source, Heinekadar Experimental Mechanics Division. Destination, ERCS facility. The ship's name is the Corsica. Seems. Alright, okay, that's the shipping manifest. I just read it. Damaged mech parts. Okay.
Multiple hostiles
Get
powering
to
up
the
your
shuttle.
location.
Fight through the army of
Recommend
mechs and
immediate
reach the
extraction.
shuttle to escape.
They've seen us.
Engaging target. Hostiles detected.
On the ground now!
What? Evacuation order. Okay, yeah, we already did that.
Yeah, right on your ass.
That is failure.
Sandstorm activity has reduced visibility to 90%. Proceed to shuttle for evacuation.
For fuck's sake, it's not accepting my cover.
Hostile!
It's one of the best ways to use the cloak, is it just, when things, like, will not leave you be,
Sandstorm activity has reduced visibility to 65%.
hit the cloak
Proceed to
and
shuttle for
bad guys will
evacuation.
change their target.
One less to worry about.
Since apparently I'm the only one that can use Metagel anyway. Why they aren't sabotaging the shuttle, I will never know.
We need to leave.
You think? Found no survivors in MSV Corsica wreckage. Deactivated distress beacon. Anhur. A garden world with heavy populations of humans and Batarians, Anhur was home to one of the ugliest violations of sapient rights in modern human history. A consortium of corporations and corrupt politicians, fearing Batarian economic competition due to their custom of legal slavery, passed a resolution that abolished the minimum wage, effectively re-legalizing slavery on a human-dominated world. Opponents of the motion quickly turned to activism and violence. A civil war erupted as one side sought to end slavery throughout the system, and another, primarily Batarian faction called the Nahesit, sought to keep the slaves they had. The Anhur rebellions raged from 2176 to 2178. The Nahesit had a significant advantage in ships, labor, and weapons, forcing the Anhur militias to hire mercenary companies to even the odds. In the end, the abolitionists won out, though at the cost of much of their infrastructure. Though Anhur today still has significant natural wealth, it is economically depressed, save for the reconstruction industry. We share a planet with the Batarians?
Probe away.
Well, why? Don't do that. Sobek, a hydrogen-nitrogen gas giant believed to be an extrasolar capture. Sobek's low-G moons were the site of many Batarian labor camps during the Yanha rebellions, generating raw materials for the war. When the slaves were finally liberated by Eclipse, the mercenaries found abysmal conditions, including whole camps that locked Mass Effect fields to keep the gravity at habitable levels. The widespread bone loss among the slaves was part of their master's final degradation. It would cripple them if they ever left for a standard gravity world. Flight of the slaves soon garnered galactic media attention, and several charities sprang up to pay for their physical therapy and find them gainful employment. Eclipse, normally reviled for their cutthroat tactics and criminal employees, found themselves painted as heroes. The mercenary company still retains an office on Sobek Moon Heket out of nostalgia, as much as a business strategy.
Launching probe.
Sekhmet, a hydrogen-helium gas giant believed to have entered Amun's system within the last billion years. Sekhmet was the site of an important battle in the Yanha rebellions, when the Eclipse mercenary company sought to capture the refueling stations to deny the rebel supplies. A fighter wing hiding in Sekhmet's rings ambushed them. Eclipse suffered heavy initial losses but destroyed 2 rebel carriers and forced them to retreat into FTL. This was considered the high watermark of the rebellion. At no point after the Battle of Sekhmet did the rebels have a victory. Today, Sekhmet is home to refueling stations and a small war memorial in orbit of the planet's L5 Lagrange point.
Probe launched. In research projects, Element Zero is used for bioamp and omni-tool upgrades, which allow squad members who have biotic and tech powers to be much more effective.
Beach Thunder. Beach Thunder lives and dies on the price of titanium, the metal being the only reason to come to this frozen rock. A best-selling e-novel, The Hard Stuff, has popularized the story of the miners on the planet. It follows the Hanar and Drell robo-miners competing with Krogan and Vorcha, who simply put on environmental suits and laze the titanium out more or less by hand. As the novel's promotional screen said, accidents are frequent, rivalry is fierce, and vengeance served up fast.
Probe launched.
Pretty. Praying mouth. Praying with an E as in pray. To prey upon, not to say a prayer. A hydrogen-helium gas giant, Praying Mouth is a ship-killing enigma, the Bermuda Triangle of the Terminus systems. There are many theories why ships never return from there. Undetectable space debris, old disruptor torpedoes, and magnetic mines from a long-forgotten war, even miniature black holes. But what is clear is that too many ships have been lost there for it to be happenstance. Drival advisory: due to the large number of ships lost while attempting to discharge their drive cores in Praying Mouth, the Relic system highly recommends using First Land's complementary discharge stations instead.
Launching probe.
Rough Tide, a dwarf planet with a shroud of carbon monoxide and dioxide that keeps it warm. Rough Tide was so named when large veins of platinum and palladium were struck, and miners from all over the cluster came in to stake their claims. Hanar police and their Drell enforcers clashed with Krogan and Vorcha in an ugly series of race riots in the late 2170s, and the planet has only grudgingly kept a shaky peace since then.
Probe launched.
Island Wind. A large hydrogen-nitrogen gas giant, Island Wind is named for the sweet-smelling land breezes that come off of the archipelagos of Kaje in the evening. As tumultuous as any other Jovian giant, Island Wind has cyclones that span tens of thousands of kilometers.
Launching probe.
First Land. A hydrogen-helium gas giant believed to be an extrasolar capture, First Land is home to many space stations supporting the ubiquitous refueling platforms. Thriving community of Drell and Hanar make their homes in orbit here, giving the solar system's robo-miners somewhere to go when the 50-hour days and nights are driving them mad.
Probe away.
Fitful Current. Fitful Current was so named because it orbits in retrograde, indicating that it may have been an extrasolar planet that was captured by the relic system's gravity well. Large for a rock planet, Fitful Current has only traces of hydrogen in its extremely thin atmosphere. Hanar robo miners have recovered some uranium and thorium deposits from its depths.
Probe launched.
Murky Water. Despite the name, Murky Water has yet to show any signs of having water whatsoever. Its name is a literal translation from the original Hanar, who consider murky water a sign of danger. Murky water has a hazy, crushing atmosphere of carbon dioxide and methane, which brings the surface heat to boiling levels. It remains unexploited, its gravity and temperature too high to bother.
Probe away.
Okay, investigate the abandoned station. Jarahe Station. Site intel retrieved. Location coordinates Jarahe Station, Strabo System, Eagle Nebula. Data mining confirms the last reported location of merchant freighter MSV Corsica as the Jarahe Station in the Strabo System. Possibility exists that clues pertaining to the anomaly that caused the mass malfunction of the mechs aboard Corsica can be found aboard Jarahe Station. Yeah, this mission is like interminable. It's boring, it lasts forever. And yet another VI has chosen death. Dr. Galwind, at my suggestion we have cut power to all systems, save critical life support, in hopes that disabling these systems will deny the VI the resources she needs to kill us. This is a temporary solution. We cannot last this out on our own.
Docking area power restored. Intruders are requested to report to the cargo doors for immediate removal from station.
Wyatt unlocks the door for me to move further in.
Intruder detected. You are not authorized to be in this area.
Dr. Galwind, my firm belief is that the VI is paranoid about the possibility of infection. Its current homicidal behavior is likely out of an inflated desire to keep us from shutting it down. I believe that the VI is malfunctioning and that it believes our equipment to be infected by a virus. If we continue to shut her down, she will keep trying to destroy us. Maybe our only recourse is to just do nothing and convince her that we're not a threat. Dr. Taliesin. Attention all docks personnel, we are expecting a shipment of mech parts from the Han-Kadar facility on Capek, Haskins, Titan Nebula. Make sure the VI knows to accept a docking request from the freighter MSV Corsica. Kennings. Okay. So, it appears the VI was right. If they accepted, yeah, so the VI was right.
Living area power restored. The living area doors have been closed to quarantine a threat to this station. Advise intruders to engage self-destruct procedures to avoid death by starvation.
Okay, living... Alright.
2 doors enabled. All doors disabled. 2 doors enabled. 3 doors enabled.
Okay, I can't get into the dorm right now, but yeah, I don't know if that's a... Yeah, that's not gonna work.
2 doors enabled. All doors disabled. 2 doors enabled. 1 door enabled. 3 doors enabled.
Okay. Okay, I read this one, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I need to find a solution so that I need to open these 2 doors to get into the dorm. First, there's probably a key in there.
All doors disabled.
Garrus, buddy.
2 doors enabled. 1 door enabled. 3 doors enabled. You have been identified as a hostile intruder.
Yeah?
3 doors enabled. 2 doors enabled. 5 doors enabled.
Okay, I don't know how I did that. I mean, this is a mashing button moment, so I'm just gonna save.
intruders intentionally violating quarantine are requested to exit the station immediately. Plasma venting in progress. Attempting to reach the maintenance controls will most likely result in serious injury or death.
Jennings, I'm positive that the trouble with our VI started after the Corsica docked with us. Taliesin is looking into the VI itself. In the meantime, I need you to go through the logs and find out everything that was on that ship. Dr. Galwin. Really? Did you guys
All
die?
attempts to
Don't
decontaminate
stand,
station
baby.
have failed. Require more power to escalate defenses. Maintenance area power. You have been identified as a hostile intruder.
Good for you, sweetie. Congratulations. You are the bestest VI. I think we already did this stuff.
Research area power restored. Beam engaged. Testing area has been locked down according to protocol M29-2.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Reflective armor prototype repositioned. 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 Testing area has been unlocked. All personnel, take this opportunity to leave the station immediately.
This isn't the mission I thought it was, or maybe I still have to get to the...
Hub area power restored. Central mainframe access granted. Docked vessel detected. Attempting to upload central programming into docked vessel's mainframe.
Don't do that.
Intruder detected. You are not authorized to be in this area. There is a high probability that you or your equipment will infect the station. This cannot be allowed to happen. I regret to inform you that all attempts to defend the station have failed. Shutting down security protocols.
Deactivated Jarahe Station security protocols and escaped the station.
Asari-made Solaris armor can resist even the tremendous heat and kinetic energy of starship weapons. The armor is nearly unsurpassed in strength because its central material, carbon nanotube sheets woven with diamond chemical vapor deposition, are crushed by mass effect fields into super-dense layers able to withstand extreme temperatures. That process also compensates for diamond's brittleness. Diamond armor itself has two limiting disadvantages. First, while nanotubes and CVD diamond construction has become cheaper in recent years, it remains prohibitively expensive to coat starships or aircraft larger than fighters in Solaris material. Second, the armor must be attached to the ship's superstructure, so shockwaves from massive firepower can still destroy the metals beneath the armor itself. A popular misconception holds that the diamond composition of Solaris armor gives it its sparkle. In fact, atmospheric nitrogen impurities during the superhot forging process give the armor its metallic gray or yellow sheen.
Planet Aiti. Cerberus Project Overlord. 2 beautiful moons, 1 spectacular ring, 0 neighbors, says a popular advertisement for this Terminus Systems world. Aiti is known for its sparsely settled population despite being a garden planet, with a colony nearly a century old. Blessed with a mild climate, wildlife no more dangerous than that on Earth, and soil and bacteria amenable to imported plants, Aiti would appear to be an unexploited paradise. However, it is unpopular for 2 reasons. First and most obvious is that its moon, Litaye, is in an unstable orbit that will lead to planetary impact and an extinction-level event within the next 2 centuries. As such, all investment in the planet is short-term, and the biggest business is selling off the local biota to the highest bidder. The second drawback is the level of violence on the planet. Like the rest of the Phoenix massing cluster, Aiti was briefly considered part of Citadel space during its first wave of colonization. However, when the colony broke off to become an independent planet in 2133, the Council let the doomed planet go with less than a day of debate. Free from any real governing body, Aiti's history has since been filled with wars between small frontiers, town, city-states over its resources. The result is a dangerous world where the average citizen is expected to be self-reliant to the point of fending for themselves against cutthroat corporations, strong-arm militia groups, and even Geth incursions. Fighting is so frequent that the name of the planet itself has changed more than 11 times. In a sign of blunt indifference, standard Citadel galaxy maps refer to the world by the name given to it by human colonists in the latter half of the century. Citadel conventions. These diplomatic talks occurred in the wake of the Krogan rebellions as a response to the destruction of the conflict and an attempt to distance the Council from the brutal Krogan warfare. The conventions regulate the use of weapons of mass destruction. A WMD causes environmental alteration to the world. A bomb that produces a large crater is not considered a WMD. A bomb that causes a nuclear winter is. Use of WMD is forbidden on garden worlds like Earth with ecospheres that can readily support a population. If a habitable world is destroyed, it will not be replaced for millions of years. The conventions do not forbid the use of WMD on hostile worlds or in sealed space station environments. Many militaries continue to develop and maintain stockpiles. The conventions graded weapons of mass destruction into tiers of concern. Tier 1 is the greatest threat to galactic peace. Tier 1 are large kinetic impactors such as asteroid drops or deorbiting space stations. Effectively free and available in any system in the form of debris left over from planetary accretion, kinetic impactors are the weapon of choice for terrorists and third galaxy nations. Third world instead of third galaxy. Tier 2, uncontrolled self-replicating weapons such as nanotechnology, viral or bacteriological organisms, von Neumann devices, and destructive computer viruses. These weapons can lie dormant for millennia, waiting for a careless visitor to carry them onto another world. Tier 3, large energy burst weapons such as nuclear or antimatter warheads. Tier 4, alien species deliberately introduced to crowd or native forms necessary for the health of an ecosystem. Ecological tampering can take years to bear fruit, making it difficult to prove. Citadel Council. The Council is an executive committee composed of representatives from the Asari Republics, the Turian hierarchy, and the Solarian Union. Though they have no official power over the independent governments of other species, the Council's decisions carry great weight throughout the galaxy. No single Council race is strong enough to defy the other two, and all have a vested interest in compromise and cooperation. Each of the Council species has general characteristics associated with the various aspects of governing the galaxy. The Asari are typically seen as diplomats and mediators. The Solarians gather intelligence and information. The Turians provide the bulk of the military and peacekeeping forces. Any species granted an embassy on the Citadel is considered an associate member, bound by the accords of the Citadel Conventions. Associate members may bring issues to the attention of the Council, though they have no input on the decision. The Human Systems Alliance became an associate member of the Citadel in 2165. Citadel space is an unofficial term referring to any region of space controlled by a species that acknowledges the authority of the Citadel Council. At first glance, it appears this territory encompasses most of the galaxy. In reality, however, less than 1% of the stars have been explored. Even Mass Effect FTL drive is slow relative to the volume of the galaxy. Empty space and symptoms without suitable drive discharge sites are barriers to exploration. Only the mass relays allow ships to jump hundreds of light years in an instant, the key to expanding across an otherwise impassable galaxy. Whenever a new relay is activated, the destination system is rapidly developed. From that hub, FTL drive is used to expand to nearby star clusters. The result is a number of densely developed clusters thinly spread across the vast expanse of space, connected by the mass relay network. Citadel Station, Citadel Security Services, CSEC. Citadel Security is a volunteer police service answering to the Citadel Council. The 200,000 constables of CSEC are responsible for maintaining public order in the densely populated Citadel. They also provide pirate suppression, customs enforcement, and search and rescue throughout the Citadel cluster. CSEC has 6 divisions. Enforcement is uniformed officers who patrol the Citadel and respond to emergencies. Investigations are detectives who puzzle out the truth behind crimes and bring perpetrators to justice. Customs screens the thousands of passengers and cargo containers that pass through the Citadel's ports every day. Network deals with cybercrimes, the identity and copyright theft, hacking and viral attacks, and illegal artificial intelligence. Special Response deals with hostage situations, bombs, and heavily armed criminals. In the unlikely event that the attackers board the Citadel, they are also the front line of defense, armed with military-grade equipment. Patrol. Naval arm, with ships stationed throughout the Citadel cluster. Unlike the other divisions, they are rarely seen at the Citadel, nor do they stay in one place long. Joining CSEC is prestigious. Applications must be sponsored by a Citadel counselor or the ambassador of an associate council race. Generally, applicants have many years of distinguished service in the military or police forces of their nation, but an inexperienced applicant with demonstrable talent will be fairly considered. None of this explains. What's the guy's name in the first? Yeah. Starts with an H. Boy, my memory's bad right now. Oh well, we'll meet him again soon. I keep getting stuck on Hackett, and I know that's not it. It's a Mass Effect name. Stop giving me that. Yeah, okay, can't think of it. CSEC and the Spectres are often at odds. Many CSEC members, notably current executor Venari Palin, believe that allowing Spectres to be above the law is a dangerous practice. The actions of Saren Arterius lend credence to this position. Spectres, in turn, are aggravated when CSEC's dedication to procedure and due process hampers their investigations. Okay, gonna disable the infected production. Oh yeah, that's the one I don't like. Okay. Parkin. God. I had to finally look it up. It was making me crazy. Yes, Parkin. My brain kept telling me hack it. And guys, I know it's not it. Stop it. Ugh.
Anomaly detected.
Kapek. Baked in the fierce heat of the white sun, Kapek is a rocky, waterless world wrapped in the haze of hydrogen and ethane. Sulfur and iron give yellowish and black tinges to much of the planet's surface. No registered settlements appear on the records, although there are clearly metallic anomalies that indicate roofed structures.
Be warned. The experimental mechanics facility is under quarantine. For your safety, do not dock with or land in the vicinity of the facility without the proper protocols and authorizations in place. Be warned. The experimental mechanics facility is under quarantine. For your safety.
Probe away. Scans have found something.
Surface scan detects mech production facility matching the registration parameters of Hane Kedar Corporation. Facility reports emergency lockdown at this location. Personnel scans report no living beings detected. Hazard scans show a large number of virus-infected mechs quarantined within the facility. Deactivation of the primary production line controls should disrupt the creation of additional infected mechs.
Hostile mechs incoming.
Warning, hostile force using non-standard ammunition.
Yeah!
Attention, MX-75524A OPU recall notice. Our new board supplier has issued an immediate recall on the obedience processor, which has been found to cause systematic breakdown of associated components. We've begun the search for a new supplier. In the meantime, discontinue the use of this until all further notice. Dr. Rochelle, Director. No response. Gianna, just FYI, we lost contact with the MSV Corsica. After you expressed concerns, I checked the logs, and indeed the mechs and parts they picked up contained the recalled OPUs. We know the Corsica was headed to a Jarahe station in the Strabo system, but we can't seem to contact them. I hope they're all okay. I think we've done all we can do at this point. Tress. Dr. Tellerasan, I'm getting reports of mechs coming off our production lines and assaulting workers. Some of them seem to be self-destructing at random. Even units not initially installed with the faulty OPU are showing signs of viral infection. We're looking at a potential facility-wide catastrophe here. We are containing this as best we can, but we can't keep this suppressed much longer. When Dr. Rochelle learns about this, heads will roll. Mine will not be one of them. Chief Saunders, Security. Facility lockdown. Dr. Tellerasan, Dr. Rochelle has ordered a complete lockdown. You are hereby ordered to seal the production line access corridor from the rest of the facility. I realize that doing this will seal me and any workers who remain inside with the malfunctioning mechs. This does not affect your orders. It has been an honor to work with you. Chief Saunders, Security.
You think anyone's still here?
Dr. Talarasan located. Chief, I've located the Asari. Dr. Talarasan in the production line access corridor. We've set up a barricade and disabled access to the rest of the corridor. Officer Gamble. Proceed to objective. Chief, I secured Dr. Talarasan and I'm heading into the warehouse to access the production line control room. I'll update you once I'm in. Gamble. Warehouse breached. Chief, I'm in the warehouse. It seems pretty empty. Sir, I can see the control room just above the storage area. I might need a few minutes, but I'm pretty sure I can get the main production line shut down. Gamble. Yeah, see that room? It's a pain in the ass. I don't like it.
We've been spotted. Shields down.
I like that I just shot off their foot.
Impact shot.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm having flashbacks to hating this place on higher difficulties, but shouldn't be too bad. It is a pain in the ass.
This should slow him down.
It is never ending. There's very little cover. Things are coming around corners.
On the ground, now!
So it's one of those stand here and hope there aren't more things.
They've seen us.
Yeah, higher difficulties I'd already be dead. Moving is difficult because it's hard to know when or where things are, and they just
forces have engaged.
keep coming. And you can get pretty quickly overwhelmed in here. Jesus.
Allied force casualty.
One more.
Please reconsider your aggressive attitude. Hostile forces have engaged.
Hostiles up ahead!
Expander offline.
Impact shot.
It's not recognizing my cover.
Requesting assistance. Backup systems.
Burn and die!
Power. Alert. Critical system damage. Backup systems.
I've lost sheep.
Yeah, I think some of this, I mean, the more that I try to, like, clear an area, it's not. They're just going to keep coming off the, It's kind of hard to move forward in this, but we'll do our best. We'll just get a little closer to the line. But essentially, if you can, I'm pretty sure if you can just run through this, you can do a better job, but higher difficulties, it's too hard because there's just too much.
Critical system. Hostile forces have engaged.
Now, I could run through with bad angle for cover.
Hostile forces have engaged. Impact event.
Yeah, this is just an example of
That is failure.
just lazy level design.
Excuse me.
Shut down the Hanikadar Experimental Mechanics Facilities production line on Capek. Deactivated all infected mechs. Okay. Alright, let's go get Jack. Olokun Sky Harvest is a standard gas giant composed of hydrogen and helium. Spacefarers from Erinle gather helium-3 from here rather than Oromila, as its atmosphere is much more predictable.
Probe away.
Aganju is an extremely large rock planet with a thin atmosphere of hydrogen and carbon monoxide. Abundant in both copper and platinum, the crust has been scanned by mining bots from Erinle. But the specialized equipment to work on Aganju's heavy gravity, more than 5 Gs, has created prohibitive costs, and so Aganju is largely unexploited.
Launching probe.
Oromila, a medium-sized gas giant, Oromila is close enough to its parent star to suffer massive changes in temperature during its day and night periods. This leads to powerful convection currents and storms throughout its hydrogen-helium atmosphere. Gathering helium-3 to refuel is possible for the hardiest of exploration craft, but lesser ships are nearly always lost in the attempt. Oromila is within the frost line of its solar system, where icy-cored gas giants do not usually form. For this reason, it is believed to be an extrasolar planet captured by its star's gravity.
Probe away.
Erinle is a garden world in its last stages of habitability. While its soil still supports agriculture, its animal biodiversity has fallen to record lows. and the most successful remaining life is toxic blue-green algae and insect-like pest species. A large Solarian colony is trying to restore biodiversity to the planet, but setbacks are a fact of life. Mineral and fuel mining remains lucrative, however, and our inlay has a thriving spaceport that refuels many ships passing into the terminus systems.
Probe away.
Prison ship Purgatory. Owned by the notorious Blue Suns mercenary company, the Purgatory was once an ARC ship used to hold agricultural animals. Now it's used to hold prisoners, whether taken in battle or sold by unscrupulous politicians under the name of subcontracting and outsourcing. Rumors abound that the Blue Suns turned skilled or fit prisoners over to Batarian slavers, but few have ever seen the transaction and lived to tell about it. Its population is listed at 4,350, but independent journalists estimate it is nearly 3 times that in periods of overcrowding. Okay, I said I was going to bring Grunt, but God, that guy just yells and yells and yells. I prefer Morden's style.
Welcome to the Purgatory, Shepard. Your package is being prepped and you can claim it shortly. As this is a high-security vessel, you'll need to relinquish your weapons before we proceed.
I can't do that.
Everyone stand down. Commander, I'm Warden Kirill, and this is my ship. Your weapons will be returned on the way out. You must realize this is just a standard procedure.
It's my standard procedure to keep my gun.
Let them proceed. Our facility is more than secure enough to handle 3 armed guests. We're bringing Jack out of cryo. As soon as the funds clear, you can be on your way. If you'll follow me to out-processing for the pickup, Commander.
Let's go.
Cell Block 2. As you can see, we keep tight control over the population. Each prisoner's cell is a self-contained modular unit. I've blown a few out the airlocks as an example. The ship is made up of 30 cell blocks identical to this one. We house thousands of criminals. We can put the whole place in lockdown on a moment's notice. Nothing goes wrong here.
Can you tell me about Jack?
Cerberus hasn't told you? Jack is the meanest handful of violence and hate I've ever encountered. Dangerous, crazy, and very powerful. You'll see soon enough.
How'd you end up running this ship?
I was in law enforcement on Palaven and got sick of seeing criminals escape out into the galaxy to carry on with their crimes. Bounty hunters aren't dependable. Eventually I hit upon this idea. Keep the criminals in space and the galaxy is a safer place.
You do this because you think it's necessary?
Every day I see the worst sapient life has to offer. Governments are soft, unwilling to make the hard choices. Someone had to stand up and make the galaxy safe.
Maintaining a population this size in space can't be cheap.
We can cut corners that governments can't, and each prisoner brings in a fee from his homeworld. These individuals are violent, and their home planets pay well to keep them here.
What happens if the homeworld doesn't want to pay?
We explain that we can't maintain the prisoner without their help, so we'll be forced to release him back onto his homeworld, at an unspecified place and time.
So it's an extortion racket?
You don't have to agree with my methods, but don't question my motives. These are despicable people, and I'm keeping them locked up.
Let's get on with this.
Have there been escape attempts?
We're in space. They have nowhere to go, and they know it. But still, we exercise extreme caution. These are dangerous individuals. We have many ways to control the population. I'm going to confirm that the funds from Cerberus cleared. Out-processing is straight down this hallway. Just keep going past the interrogation rooms and the Supermax wing. I'll catch up with you later, Shepard.
Inhumane. Unacceptable. Violation of basic organic dignity.
Is there something I can do for you?
There he is again, John Curry.
There's no excuse for beating a prisoner who can't fight back.
This is a massage compared to what his victims went through.
This degrades you as much as him.
We have orders.
You're not important enough to make your own decisions?
I admit, I sometimes get tired of this. Does this really get us anything useful?
Stop this. For your own sake.
Yeah, you're right. Call it off. At least for now.
Hey! Hey guys, over here! Let me ask you something. If you're buying prisoners, can you buy me? Man, I don't care where you take me or what you do to me. It's gotta be better than this.
We're here for Jack.
Jack? Forget what I just said. I don't want to go nowhere with you.
I thought this ship was a prison, not a market.
Sometimes people buy cons so they can do some punishing of their own, if you understand. Warden sells us to whoever can pay enough.
Why are they interrogating that prisoner? He knows something?
Nah, that's Bimmy. He don't know nothing. He offed someone in the showers yesterday, I think. Guy he killed was worth a lot to the warden. Yeah, sucks to be Bimmy right now.
They're going at it pretty hard. Do they ever kill prisoners by accident?
I haven't heard of anyone dying. Warden can't make money off us if we're dead. Funny thing, though. The more a guard does it, the meaner he gets. So they rotate him through.
They're going at it pretty hard. Do they ever kill...
Funny thing, though.
So, what are you in for?
I killed a few people. Only about 20 or so. And I blew up that one habitat. Small time compared to most of the guys here.
Tell me more about Jack.
The worst trouble you ever saw. Mixed with some crazy and way too much biotic power. That's all I'm saying.
What's it like here?
Bad. And you gotta watch out. Damn, but someone's always after your stuff. Your smokes, clothes, your pride. I haven't taken a shower in 3 months.
I should go.
Wish I could go.
I do love that line. Okay.
I hear the screaming in my head. It's nice, yeah.
Out processing's through the door on the far side of the room.
My apologies, Shepard. You're more valuable as a prisoner than a customer. Drop your weapons and proceed into this open cell. You will not be harmed.
You talked up your noble intentions with this prison, but it turns out you're a criminal like the rest.
Activate systems.
Get ready to
how
fight.
stupid is that guy saying all that bullshit before?
Ooh, nice shot.
He could have just
My
locked
shields
us
are
in,
down.
you know?
Thought I was harmless, did you?
Come on, Garrus, buddy.
Change weapons.
Let's use our rifles. Just
Need to retrieve
annoys
Jack
me when
from
I try
cryo.
to move forward and there's another wave. It's really... Just stop doing this.
One
They do
down.
stop doing this by Mass Effect 3, thankfully. But
Headed for combat.
Can't see him! Oh! Contact!
and I can't use this place as cover.
Scoped and dropped!
Just the worst.
Shepard is on the loose. Repeat, Shepard is...
And annoyed.
Shepard, if you hack that control, every door on the cell block opens.
However, required if we want to get Jack out of stasis.
I'm doing it. Be ready.
That's Jack? We have to get down there.
So, you saw at the beginning one of those mechs against me and Miranda and Jacob at the beginning, and we nearly died. Now, they make her out to be super extra special powerful, but she's tissue paper.
Warning.
They're attacking
All
Jack.
mouth. It's a hell of an introduction, and it got my hopes up really high, and then you take her out and you're like, oh.
I'll take it.
And you suffer from cutscene
All
badass.
guards, restore order! Lethal force authorized! But don't kill Jack! Tex, lockdown! Lockdown!
Sectors 7, 9, and 11 have lost life support. No survivors.
Prisoner went berserk. Impressive biotic ability. Could be problematic on Normandy.
How do I get down? Let me down. What is happening?
This should slow him down.
I'm stuck. It's crazy. Oh, okay. That was intentional.
This should
Never
slow
mind.
him down.
Return to your cells immediately, or I'll
Okay.
open every airlock on this ship!
Neutralized.
Now I see. I learned it.
Oh!
Going to explode.
Shepard, the Warden has locked down the area.
Warning. Power plant damage has led to overload. Core systems...
This guard got swarmed by prisoners with improvised weapons. He never had a chance.
Shows you what kind of people these prisoners are. I don't agree with everything they do here, but it's in the galaxy's best interests.
No, it isn't.
This guard kept maniacs away from innocent people.
Prisoners helpless. Guard had power. Perhaps abused it. Violence here could be retribution.
Lockdown in blocks 4, 7, and 8!
Concussive shot ready.
Visuals! Engaging hostiles! There!
The hull has been breached in sectors 12, 14, and 30. No survivors.
Time to die! Can't see him!
Ooh.
There's the target!
I'll light him up. Systems failing.
Incoming.
I've lost visuals! Contact!
It's gonna blow! Yes! Ooh, headshot!
Find Jack! Full alert! Find Jack! All guards to cell block 1!
You're valuable, Shepard. I could have sold you and lived like a king. But you're too much
sorry.
trouble. At least I can recapture Jack.
Not happening. You're a two-bit slave trader and I don't have time for it.
I do the hard things civil governments are unwilling to. This is for the good of the galaxy.
No.
Fire in the hole!
Nice shooting! Snipe that one!
Scoped and dropped! This should punch through their armor.
Should burn nicely.
Okay. There is the target spot. Alright.
Look out!
I've got nothing!
So you need to drop these spots. Not sure what they'd call them. Okay, so this kind of shit sucks. And they're in front of you, and behind you, and to the side. Can't reach it from here. Okay, shield generator. Yeah, there are your objectives. And someone's dead.
I'll light them up. Stop!
Cerberus. What the hell do you want?
I just saved your ass.
He was already dead. He just didn't know it. Now, what the hell do you want?
You're in a bad situation, and I'm gonna get you out of here.
Shit, you sound like a pussy. I'm not going anywhere with you. You're Cerberus.
Why does it matter if I'm with Cerberus?
They've been on my ass for years. Anytime I get free, they put a huge bounty on me. That's why Warden Curel figured he'd struck gold when he caught me. It isn't working out too well for him.
I'm offering to be your friend. You don't want to be my enemy.
Shepard's combat ability impressive. Determination equally impressive. Enemies don't last long.
You show up in a Cerberus frigate to take me away somewhere? You think I'm stupid?
I want to say yes.
This ship is going down in flames. I've got the only way out. I'm offering to take you with me, and you're arguing.
We could knock her out and take her.
I'd like to see you try.
It might just come to that.
You'll have to kill me. Look, you want me to come with you? Make it worth my while.
Tell me what you're thinking.
I bet your ship's got lots of Cerberus databases. I want to look at those files, see what Cerberus has got on me. You want me on your team? Let me go through those databases.
I'll give you full access.
You better be straight up with me. So why the hell are we standing here?
Move out.
Yeah, it's a mod to give her a prisoner outfit, but she wasn't wearing it when they took her out of cryo, so imperfect mod, or my imperfect ability to apply the mod. Recruited prisoner known as Jack for the team. Purgatory's betrayal of Shepard unacceptable. Fortunately, was able to reverse credit transfer. May have to take steps against Blue Suns to demonstrate consequences of interference.
Welcome to the Normandy, Jack. I'm Miranda, Shepard's second in command. On this ship, we follow orders.
Tell the Cerberus cheerleader to back off, Shepard. I'm here because of our deal.
Miranda will let you into the system. Let me know what you find.
Hear that, Precious? We're going to be friends. You, me, and every embarrassing little secret. I'll be reading down in the hold, or somewhere near the bottom. I don't like a lot of through traffic. Keep your people off me. Better that way.